If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are an excellent leader. Honorable Chairman Mr. VNP Raj, Secretary Mrs. Shashikala Raj, Director of the Chempaka Group of Schools Mrs. Shrija N, Academic Dean of the Chempaka Group of Schools Mr. Jins Thomas, Principal Mr. Joy M. Burgess, Guest of the Day Assistant Director General of Police Mr. Manoj Abraham, Vice Principals of Senior and Junior School, Academic Head of the Cambridge Program, Middle School and Senior School Coordinators, dear parents, teachers, non-teaching staff, and my dear friends. Good morning and a warm welcome to all of you to the Investiture ceremony of Lekor Chempaka Silver Rocks for the year 2021-22. Within each one of us, there's a leader who needs to be kindled. It is rightly said that if you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your path. Leadership is not about the titles or designation. It is about the impact, influence, and inspiration. It is about moving forward together as a team. And in the same spirit, we have again a new academic year, another investiture ceremony, and overall a new brilliant set of leaders for this academic year. Dear God, into your wisdom we place our path, direction, and goals. Into your love we place our lives. Let's mark the beginning by invoking the blessings of God Almighty.
Light stands for a ray of hope. Light turns the ordinary into magical. Let's begin this auspicious day with the lighting of the lamp. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Yes, our principal, Mr. Joy M. Burgess, is one such leader. May I now request our beloved principal to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Chief Guest, ADGP Mr. Manoj Abraham IPS, Virtuous Chairman Mr. VNP Raj, Loving Secretary Mrs. Shashikala Raj, Enthusiastic Director Mrs. Shrija N, Illustrious Dean of Academics Mr. Jins Thomas, Committed Vice Principals Mrs. Annie Cherian, Mrs. Ivy John, Academic Head Mr. Sanu Joseph, Coordinators Mrs. Regina Mary and Mrs. Manju Gopalakrishnan, dedicated teachers potential leaders in the newly elected student council, all students, and amazing parents. Good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you to the Investiture ceremony of the Student Council of Lekol Chempaka Silver Rocks. At the outset, Chempaka family is grateful to God for all the blessings we have received. My congratulations to these 21 young men and women who have made it to this elite group of the Student Council. I would also generously compliment their parents and teachers who have contributed to their grooming to be leaders. Their academic commitment, communication skill, integrity, interpersonal skills, ability to coordinate and motivate others are prime factors while considering their eligibility in the Student Council. Today, we have a role model of leadership in ADGP Mr. Manoj Abraham IPS, who has graced this occasion as chief guest. Mr. Manoj Abraham IPS from 1994 batch is currently the Additional Director General of Police Thiruvananthapuram and the head of cyber security in Kerala State. He served as SP in Pathanamthitta, Kollam and Kannur district, followed by a 7-year stint as Commissioner of Police of Cochin and Thiruvananthapuram cities and a 5-year tenure as IGP Thiruvananthapuram range. He has done commendable work in community policing, Maitri and Janamaitri. He has also co-authored a book called Global Community Policing, Problems and Prospects, published by Taylor and Francis Publications. In the area of cyber crimes, he is the chief architect of COCON conference held annually on the theme of public-private partnership for enhancing cyber security. He is also the architect of Cyberdome, a center for private-public participation in cyber policing, which has become a model center for cyber security in the PPP domain. He has won many national and international awards in cyber crimes and cyber security, which includes the Interpol Honor Be a Champion for Child Protection for the work done with regards to preventing online crimes against children. In the area of traffic management and cyber crimes, he has introduced various innovative projects. He also heads the Banking Frauds Division, Cyber Research Division, Kerala Sports and Kerala Police Welfare Division, the CSN Stadium, the police canteens, and has been attributed for bringing many innovative changes in these areas of police work. He is a God-fearing family man, blessed with a loving wife and 2 sons who have been Chempakaites. I once again welcome you, sir, and all the dignitaries and all the other, my dear students, to the investiture ceremony. Now, may I invite our chief guest, Mr. Manoj Abraham IPS, to address the Chempaka family. To you, sir.
A very good morning to all of you. Respected Chairman of the Lekol Chempaka Schools, Shri V.P.N. Raj, Principal Joy M. Burgess, Vice Principal Annie Chirin, dear teachers, faculty of Lekol Chempaka, and the dearest students. It's indeed a great pleasure for me to speak as the chief guest at the investiture ceremony of 2021-22 at this school, which has always been very close to me. These are times we know it's the special, very special times that we are going through, very difficult times for Mother Earth itself, with the health pandemic that we are going through together, which has changed the basic paradigm of how we go about our lives, go about our business, do transactions or work for our jobs, etc. And basically for students also, how we study. Now, students are one of the most important sections of the population which has been greatly affected by the pandemic, which has changed your physical classes to this online class, particularly this, if you look at this investiture ceremony also, which should have been held at your school auditorium or school premises, is now held on the online mode. Now, it is true that there are a lot of advantages of the online system, you don't waste your time, you can actually, the traveling time is lost, you can actually do many things on the online forum which you can't do on the physical forum, you can do presentations, etc. Study can be interesting. But there are a lot of disadvantages also of this online mode, which really takes away the importance of what we are going through now. Now, when the children come on to the online mode, there are a lot of things that we need to really look at, and we are seeing the effects of the society, particularly being in the police department. We know there is a lot of psychological changes coming up in the children when you are there on your devices for a very long part of time. So actually, there is a great responsibility on the students, on the teachers, on the parents also, to ensure that our children are shaped well when we are going about our digital education. Everybody has a very important role to play. Now, take the case of students itself. Now, you students, you need to really, this is a changed atmosphere. It is very difficult to go to school where you can actually mingle with your teachers, mingle with your friends, have that informal chit chat, do your sports, do your co curricular activities, which really builds the personality of an individual. But in the present times, you can't do it because of all these lockdowns. And we need to really work out from these limitations that we have. When we are attending classes in our homes, etc., we need to build that system in our schools so that we remain motivated. That's very important. That we remain motivated when we are on our devices with nobody around, and that continues throughout the academic year as such. It's very important that we actually spend some time in shaping our room itself, because the room that you actually utilize for your online classes, that needs to be well lighted up, that needs to be really bright, it needs to be really organized, because that is where you are spending 4 to 5 hours or 6 hours of your classes. So the atmosphere in your room itself actually determines a lot of things. So actually, you need to put your house or your room where you actually conduct your online classes in shape. You need to make it really lighted up, very organized, so that the positive vibes of that room itself comes on to you. And then you need to remain motivated. Now, we know we are living in times where devices are the most important things. Most of the children, most of the adults also spend most of the time, 8 to 9 hours a day, on their devices, which has a lot of disadvantages, which is bad for health, even for students. So we need to really control the time that we use our devices. It should be limited. We actually should ration it. We actually should go in a fasting with the devices if we need to really build up a correct character as such. The most important thing that we can do is increase our reading habits as such. Reading is one of the things that has become something of the past as such. That's a very good pastime, a hobby that you can all cultivate in the present time. Read at least one book, 1 hour, one book at least a day on any subject, even fiction, non-fiction. It can be anything, whatever is interesting to you. Because reading builds a lot of character, it gives you a lot of imagination, the vocabulary, everything comes through reading. And sometimes you need to really take for some physical activity. We know the pandemic restrictions are there, but still some physical activity has to be there, because people who don't do any physical activity, or students who don't indulge in any physical activity or physical play, it really affects their overall health and personality also. So sometime, either around your terrace or in the small background that you have, you need to find some time to play something and do some physical activity, if not some PT or yoga or some physical exercises as such. Now that is for students. Now the parents have the most crucial role this time, because the student is the one looking at you. You are the only one that is actually guiding the student. He is the one, he is only seeing you and he'll learn from you. You actually need to give more time to the students that are, to your wards that are there in the house, because you need to understand that you are the only ones interacting with it and he's going to learn from you. And you need to really keep a watch on what the student is doing, whether he's actually attending the classes, how much time he's spending on the devices. And you need to spend more time with him, tell him the things around what is happening, motivate him. More time from the parents is one of the most crucial elements in the present times. Because students are in their period when their personalities are being shaped. And 1 or 2 years lost is really going to affect their career in the long run. So the parents really need to gear themselves up, cut their other off times and spend more time with the student, with the children, so that their personality is also built up. The parents have a very important role to play. And of course, teachers, there is a limitation with the online mode where the teachers can't interact as generally they can interact with those informal meetings, etc. Formal meetings, of course, it is happening on the online mode. But what we can do is we can introduce a lot of co-curricular activities, which really makes the whole learning process very, very interesting, like cooking classes or yoga or sports, even on the online mode, or very informal Zoom meetings, etc., which you can conduct after the class sessions, where you involve the student and they feel that they are still part of that classroom, that community, that informal interaction, which really builds the character of the children. So in these times, this is so very crucial. And as the present time looks, it is still, I feel that it is going to be mostly an online mode of education this year also. We need to really work together to ensure that our students, the education part is done. And the personality building also is not affected due to this pandemic. At this time, I really want to encourage and motivate the leaders that are going to be enrolled today. They have a very crucial role to play. I know the physical activity for them also is not there, but you have been chosen specifically for your attributes, your skills, and your qualifications. And you need to really work overtime, because in the online mode, you need to really work overtime to ensure that you are real leaders and you lead all these students to greater heights. So thank you once again for this opportunity. I'm sure that all of us will work together, because as we all know, children are the heritage from the Lord for the country. And we need to believe in God, we need to trust in God in these times, work together and ensure that our children really become the pillars of the nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Those were great words of inspiration. Leadership is the lifting of a person's vision to greater heights, the raising of a person's performance to higher standards, and the building of a personality beyond its normal limitations. We are indeed blessed to have a leader like that as our chairman, Mr. VNP Raj. It is a great privilege for me to invite you, sir, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Chris. Respected Anuj Abraham, sir. My respected leaders, team members, colleagues of Chempaka Education, and my dearmost children and parents. I welcome you and wish you happy times. I was just thinking about student council and their relevance to the school community. And what is the role of student council members and why they should be there? I believe that every student of the school is a student ambassador. It is each student represents the school. Represents to which place? To his home, to the community, as the proud ambassador of l'école Chempaka. And then who is the student council member? Student council members, dear children, has a great role. These student ambassadors, I mean the fellow students, you are there to guide them. Guide on what? A guide is a leader. A leader is the best person serving them. Upon you rest the great values of the school that should spread among all the children. Upon you rest your responsibility of building the school community of student ambassadors. You are the guide, you are the way, you are the answer. Your behavior, your attitude, your ability to tolerate, your ability to accept, and your ability to be a model for them is what is important. So from today, you take a higher responsibility, which is an opportunity for you to prove yourself. Now the whole question comes, why? Why there has to be student council members and student ambassadors? Dear children, can you think about your forefather, father, forefather, forefathers, forefather, forefathers, 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 forefather? Do you know where they lived? If your thoughts reached there, I will tell you where they lived. They lived in the jungle. Can you imagine what was their condition in the jungle? Man is the weakest animal in the jungle. Can he run faster than his enemy animals? I don't think so. He is weak to run. He is weak to climb. Even he cannot hide. Even he don't have a cloth when the long previous father was in the jungle. What a bad situation. He was a prey to most of the animals, virus, fungus, bacteria, anything else, and to the climate. If we imagine their life in the jungle and imagine our life today, the great grandchildren, we today, what is the difference? We have very little to fear, they have everything to fear. And how the great fear of our great grandfathers, they were brutally killed by nature, by other animals in the jungle, made them reach this present condition, is what you should know, my dear children. That is called the human culture. When they were brutally killed and eaten up in the jungle, they learned one lesson, our great grandfathers, to come under culture, come united. If we are weak, the only way is come united, put a culture, the human culture. It is that culture of humanity to come under one culture, work, think, express, and create things, made them to the today world, my dearest children, that today they created jungle for jungle animals. They control everything in the world, the animals, the birds, the fish, the viruses, everything. And they will conquer Corona as well because of the human culture. They created life for them. They made earth into a heaven because of one factor, my dear children, building culture. I think I am clear to you. Under the culture, we have many things. Human, the most wonderful animal. We have all our caste, we have all our religions, we have competitions, we have everything. Opportunity to build our world of humanity in excellence under the culture of humanity. So children, what is the most important question to us? Why we should have all these leadership, community development is preserve our culture. There's only one way, my dearmost children. Preserving culture is by values. You have two arms. One arm is your culture. Another arm is your skill and knowledge. With your skill and knowledge, my dear children, you will achieve different positions suitable to your talents to serve the culture. But while you serve the culture, dear children, your other hand is the human values that says that care the one who is less fortunate, who has nothing, share the one do not have, and faith has to become more important in the culture. So, my dear student council members, take these values, enrich human culture, be the leader to make everybody a leader, be in the forerunner to enrich the culture, secure humanity, and make humanity a happy place to live. You are the leaders of the student council is the master of student ambassadors. When I am back to Kerala, I'll be happy to meet you, honor you, accept you, and motivate you to the level best I can to take all these great values and move forward ahead in your life to be the best child and to have the happy parents, happy friends, and a happy society. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those wonderful words. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. We have one such leader as our academic dean, Mr. Jins Thomas. May I request you, sir, to speak a few words?
Good morning, everybody. Honorable Chairman, Dad Sir, Secretary Shashi Ma'am, Director Shija Ma'am, Chief Guest Sri Manoj Abraham Sir, Vice Principals, Academic Head, Coordinators, Teachers, Parents, and most importantly, Head Boy, Master Akash Anand, Head Girl, Miss Ria V, and all other office bearers of the Student Council of Lekol Chempaka Silver Rogue for the academic year 2021-22, and all my dear students. At the very outset, I congratulate all our newly elected student leaders. You are all elected because you deserved to be elected. Now, it's upon your shoulders to prove that the decision was right. This academic year, unlike most other academic years, is unique in many ways, especially as our nation cannot be said to have emerged victorious from the vicious tentacles of COVID-19. That comes with unimaginable opportunities for the Student Council to be innovative, creative, and engaging. I'm sure you all missed the grand investiture ceremony that it would have been had it not been for this malicious virus. Nonetheless, it neither brings down the significance of this day nor does it abate your responsibilities as members of Student Council. It is up to the Students' Council to find ways to make your presence felt this academic year. But believe you me, there are so many things you can actually do. I'll take a minute and share a story with you, the story of Ubuntu. It so happened that once an anthropologist visited a remote village in Africa. He collected quite a lot of poverty-stricken children from around the village, asked them all to stand in a particular place, and placed a basket full of fruits under a tree which was around 300 meters from where the children were asked to stand. And then he said, "Dear children, I'm going to conduct a race for you. Run. The one who reaches the tree first is going to get the entire basket full of fruits." Children were happy. They stood obediently in the line that the anthropologist drew. He said, "Okay, ready, get set, go." But then what happened surprised him. These children, instead of racing, pushing the other back, they all held each other's hands and ran together to the tree. They reached the tree together, collected the fruit basket together, shared the fruits, and enjoyed the fruits together. Now the anthropologist asked them, "Why did you do that? Some of you are much faster than others. You could have had the entire fruits." And the children say, "Ubuntu." It's an African word, which I can roughly translate as "I am because they are." Or rather, how can I be happy if my friends are not happy? Dear student leaders, this is my message for you. Take everyone along in this race to victory. I wish every one of you the absolute best for an enriching academic year ahead. I also would like to appreciate every single student who ran for different posts but was not selected. Remember, what's more important in life is what Raj sir always says, as resilience, the ability to bounce back up and keep chasing your dreams. You have successfully completed the first step of being willing to be a leader. The rest is just a matter of time. Once again, expressing my heartfelt congratulations to all members of the Student Council. Let me conclude. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The oft-quoted words, "leaders are not born, they are made," comes to my mind when I stand here to announce the next program. We now move on to the much awaited segment of the investiture ceremony, honoring the head boy and the head girl with the badges and sashes. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's not about the role, but always about the goal. The office bearers will now receive the badges and sachet.
Now, we have Chris Harris Edmund, the diligent assistant head boy, vested with the badge of honor. Next, the dynamic assistant head girl, Sahana Rao, will be honored with the official badge. formal badges will now be bestowed upon our active sports captain, Meenakshi KP, and the energetic sports vice captain, Neeraj Jodish. Now, it's time to honor our enthusiastic Cultural Secretary, Gauri Ajay, and the spirited Assistant Cultural Secretary, Aditya Shivaramakrishnan, with the official badges. We now grant the formal badges to the zealous President of Urja Club, Radhaji Nair, the dedicated Secretary of Urja Club, Nivedita Ramesh, and the responsible Treasurer and Joint Treasurer of Urja Club, Riya Janika and Srinantana Nair. It's time now to honor the smart and responsible captains and vice captains of the 4 houses with the official badges. House of Valor. We have Joel George Vargas appointed as the captain of House of Valor. He will be assisted by Sreya Srikumar, the vice captain of the House of Valor. Next, the House of Loyalty, piloted by M.S. Gauri Shankar, the captain, and the assistant vice captain, Ashina AJ. Now, the House of Wisdom, led by the captain, Nanda S. Nair, and assistant vice captain, Neha Pradeep. Finally, is the House of Integrity, directed by the captain of the house, Naveed F. Manzoor, and the assistant vice captain, Naira Fatima F.
To our duties. We move forward to the sacred part of the investiture ceremony, taking the oath of office. I humbly request our principal to administer the oath to the student representatives.
We, the newly elected leaders of Lekol Chempaka, hereby solemnly pledge to show respect and mutual understanding to every student and members of the faculty, uphold the name and valued traditions of our school and strive for academic excellence. We promise to act with utmost integrity, to have courage, to dream big and take risks to achieve the goal.
We promise to act with utmost integrity, to have courage, to dream big and take risks to achieve the goal.
To be a responsible member of the school and contribute to the well-being of our nation. Working together, we will make our school proud.
To be a responsible member of the school and contribute to the well-being of our nation. Working together, we will make our school proud.
A code of conduct defines the values an institution wishes to foster in its leaders. To read out the code set apart for our school, I cordially invite our pillar of strength and a constant source of motivation, our respected Vice Principal of Senior School, Mrs. Annie Cherian.
The Lekol Chempaka Code of Conduct. Let your conduct befit your family, school, and nation. Endeavor to succeed in everything you do. Carry yourself with dignity and grace. Organize your study materials, resources, and time. Listen to and follow your elders' instructions. Examine your actions. Cooperate with your teachers and classmates. Hand in quality work and assignments that you can be proud of. Ensure that you seek and give assistance whenever needed. Maintain discipline and punctuality. Present yourself well by being clean, neat, and well-groomed. Always be courteous and respectful. Keep your surroundings clean and beautiful. Be energy conscious and eco-friendly. And above all, be gentlemen and ladies of whom Lekol can be proud.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite the assistant head boy, assistant head girl, sports captain, cultural secretary, and Urja president to deliver their acceptance speeches.
Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank the academic head, director, principal, vice principal, teachers, office bearers, students, and with special mention to the chief guest for this great opportunity as the assistant head boy of Lekol Chempaka. Today, I'm standing here as more than just an ordinary assistant head boy, but as the representative of each one of you in the student council. Taking into the fact that online classes have been a challenge, I would like to improve your learning experience this year and make it way better than last year. I have few new changes I would like to implement that will hopefully make your year better and more memorable. I would like to take this time to congratulate all the other members who have been elected to the Student Council, and I hope to working with you all. And finally, I would like to wish all the students of Lekol Chempaka a great year ahead filled with fun, activities and studies. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all. My name is Sahana and I am honored to be appointed to the position of Assistant Head Girl for the year 2021-22. I am very fortunate to have received the opportunity to work for the benefit of the school. It's my first time being appointed to such a position, and so I hope to exceed all expectations of me. I thank the teachers, students, office bearers, director, academic head, principal, vice principal, coordinators, and everyone who has helped me to reach here today. I promise to do my best to make the school the best version of itself. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Today I would like to thank all my teachers, students, and office bearers, and with special mention to the chief guest, academic head, director, principal, vice principals, and coordinators for giving me this wonderful opportunity and entrusting me with the post of sports captain. I will put in every bit of effort from my part and work diligently to make this year another successful one. Thank you.
Respected principal, teachers, and my fellow Chempakaites, I am Gauri Ajay from grade 11 Silver Oak and I am proud to stand before you as the cultural secretary of our school. I would like to thank the students, the teachers, and the office bearers with special mention to our chief guest, principal, vice principal, academic head, coordinators, and directors for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I will try my level best to make Chempaka proud and I am very excited to commence this journey with all of you. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
A very good morning to one and all. Honorable Chief Guest, President, Chairperson, Secretary, our Director, Academic Head, beloved Principal, Vice Principal, and my dear teachers and students. To stand here and be allowed a chance to speak to you all as the President of Urja is a privilege, and therefore, at this outset, I would like to thank you all for this opportunity. Urja is an essential part of Lekol Chempaka and has always made us believe that we are living in this world for a noble purpose. Martin Luther's quote states that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Yes, we are sure that our team will try to bring a smile on the face of others and make a difference in their lives. Thank you.
Thank you all. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Congratulations to all our newly elected leaders.
First things first, I am ready now. Change is good, I won't let you down. I'll create an electric shock tonight. So I'll be a lighthouse for the ones that can't be found. Yeah, I'll be a lighthouse for the ones that can't be found. I'll stand up, I know what's right. I see the leader in me. Take my talents, let them fly. I see the leader in me. Show the world what's on my mind. I see the leader in me. Do my part, I'll reach the sky. I see the leader in me. Proud and firm, I will take a stand. I will lead, come and take my hand. I am in this to win it, yeah. For life. So I'll be a lighthouse for the ones that can't be found. Yeah, I'll be a lighthouse for the ones that can't be found. I'll stand up, I know what's right. I see the leader in me. Take my talents, let them fly. I see the leader in me. Show the world what's on my mind. I see the leader in me. Do my part, I'll reach the sky. I see the leader in me. I'll stand up, I know that's right. I see the leader in me. Take my talents, let them fly. I see the leader in me. Show the world what's on my mind. I see the leader in me. Do my part, I'll reach the sky. I see the leader in me.
Gratitude is the most exquisite form of courtesy. May I now invite Akash Anand to propose the vote of thanks.
Chairman Mr. V.N.P. Raj, Secretary Mrs. Shashikala Raj, Director of Chempaka Group of Schools Mrs. Shija N, Academic Dean of Chempaka Group of Schools Mr. Jins Thomas, Principal Mr. Joy M. Verghese, Honorable Chief Guest ADGP Manoj Abraham IPS, Vice Principals of Senior and Junior School, Academic Head of the Cambridge Program, Senior School and Middle School Coordinators, teachers, and my dear friends. Gratitude is the greatest flower that springs from the human heart. I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Chairman, Mr. V.N.P. Raj, for his valuable words and his inspiring presence. Thank you, sir. I'd also like to thank the Director of Chempaka Group of Schools, Mrs. Shija N, who's a constant source of support in all our endeavors. Thank you, ma'am. We are indeed very grateful to the Academic Dean of Chempaka Group of Schools, Mr. Jins Thomas, for his insightful speech on this auspicious occasion. Thank you, sir. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our beloved principal, Mr. Joy M. Verghese, for his vibrant support and his constant motivation. Thank you, sir. We are extremely grateful to the distinguished guest of the day, ADGP Manoj Abraham IPS. Sir, your presence and your thoughts have indeed made this day a memorable one. Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to thank the management, the vice principals, the coordinators, the academic head of the Cambridge program, and the teachers who have been a constant source of support and motivation. Thank you all. Next, I'd like to congratulate all the newly elected office bearers. To all those who contributed in making this day a special one, thank you all.
Thank you, Akash. We now come to the closure of the special ceremony with the national anthem.